It is with great pleasure that we welcome Mike Knowles to spearhead our mentorship program. These workshops brought together the Delhi scholars from different batches and disciplines for a day. These workshops took place on every alternate Saturdays at Mike's studio in Delhi. The aim is to expose the scholars to the idea of critical thinking and problem solving through making, followed by a discussion and awareness on the importance of AI and robotics.
It was 2 apples, and 2 apples equals how many apples? Now you're confused now, aren't you? You think I'm going to say 25? 2 apples and 2 apples equals 4 apples. 4 full apples. That's it. That's the lawyer. Now, my lord, I say that this is the evidence. You say okay, so but 2 full apples and 2 half apples. How many bits? 4. How many apples? 3. The reason the system doesn't do that, doesn't at the age when they should be doing this to you at the age of 5, is because it's too difficult. Well, it's part of that. I am not going to be political. I am not political. By the time you get to my age, you stop being political because you realise just do your own thing. You know? Try and create as much good as you can within your own mind. But for a teacher in a classroom, or for a system that's trying to control you, walk that straight line. Walk that straight line. And that's it. Off you go. Ring in your nose, the system pulls you along. And if you want to go there and you want to go there, it doesn't matter. I'm not advocating revolution. I'm not advocating chaos. Yeah? But God, free think. Free think. Seriously. Culture.
The introduction is a general activity to know each other better. This is followed by a session on the changing paradigms of education, future opportunities and possibilities, followed by an open discussion on its relevance.
So when we were 5, our creativity level was 98%. Just think about it. You know, if you've got little brothers, sisters, or cousins, or whatever, what's their favourite word? Exactly. But what? So the word is
Why?
why. Why is it hot? Why is it cold? Why does it do this? Why does mummy speak this language sometimes, daddy speak this language sometimes? You know? It's why? Oh, it's hot. Oh, I like that colour. I like that taste. At all costs, push and push and push your creativity. Bring it back. Yeah? Let's retune the way that you think. Retune the way that you do things. That's what I used to do when I used to run a university in school. Design school. When our kids came in for their first 2 semesters in the design school, it's getting them back to being 5. That's what we're really doing today. We're going to have some fun. Yeah? We're going to play with clay. And we're going to look at a little project. We're going to look at a lot of structures in the past were built in clay. In India, compacted mud. This building, especially the one next door, has got a lot of compacted mud. Yeah, it's the way it was built. Stone, brick, and compacted mud. So a lot of structures in the past have been made of clay. So what we're going to do, we can't do big stuff. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to look at making cylinders. Just cylinders. Just think of those cylinders as potential homes. Yeah? Okay. So you live in the cylinder. And we're going to look at various ways of making those cylinders. So we're going to go back to the very original ways that they would have done. Yeah? Logical ways. Like you take a piece of flat clay and you make it into a cylinder. Or you do what we call coil pots. How many of you, any of you done all this? You have? Yes. Any of you done any of this before with clay? Okay. Maybe you do it all the time. Honestly, she's gone back. She's not 5-year-old anymore. She's a 2-year-old. It's terrible. It's misbehaved totally. Okay, then we do coil pots. Okay, which is still totally manual. Then we're going to go on one step up. It's really basic, but if you really think about it, you will learn a huge amount. We go from one step of totally manual up to where you will throw a cylinder. Okay, a clay cylinder. I'm sorry about your white shirt. It's going to get very mucky. We'll find you safe. We'll put you in a plastic bag. So you'll throw a cylinder, but on a kick wheel. So you're kicking it so that it goes round. Yeah, and you'll make a cylinder. And we'll look at the difference between totally handmade and then semi-automatic. Then you'll throw a cylinder hot. Yeah. Don't get carried away and start doing vases and things like that. All I want is cylinders, okay? I don't want any people making jugs. That came from the last workshop. But very nice jug. Okay. We're going to do that, okay? And then, so we'll do it on an electric wheel. So you haven't got to kick it. So you become automated. Well, in fact, you're still using it. That's what we're going to be doing this morning. After we've done that, up until the time about 12:45, so about an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah. After we've done that, then we're going to just look at a little video, right, and see where we then go on the next step. And then the next step, which is to do with robotics, you're going to become robots in the afternoon. In a very small way. Okay? You good with that? So I'm going to get past the girls because I'm terribly lazy now. That's one thing.
The rest of the day is spent getting our hands dirty. The scholars are taught how to prepare the clay. Each one of them get a portion of terracotta which they knead and prepare. They learn to make cylinders using different techniques like rolling and coiling. Eventually, they move from completely manual to semi-automatic or mechanical techniques like the kick wheel.
Process. What is the base of the process?
This is a picture of
Yeah, fine. But the fact that we're introducing, you know where I'm going? I'm going to why do we want robots? That's what I'm coming to. What is that better than the coil pot?
During the session, they reflect on how various techniques have evolved to make implementation more effective. They then finally go on to the electric wheel and learn how to throw and shape cylinders.
Very good.
We then break for lunch where everyone comes together and discusses their plans for the future.
Really heavy dreams. Yeah? But do you ever have those dreams that when you have the dream, you want to go back into it? You know? You think, oh, that's great. God, I'd like to go back into that. Suddenly you're standing there and suddenly the Ferrari turns up and it's yours. And you're, what? And then you wake up. Oh my, I want the Ferrari, give it to me. You know?
Mike lays the emphasis on understanding AI as augmented intelligence instead of artificial intelligence, to see it as an extra pair of hands and eyes which can make efficient use of time and energy. He gives the example of a genie from the magic lamp who grants wishes and does not command you to do the tasks.
is the most ancient material of construction, and it's still part of third world building processes. The African populations keep employing it for brickwork and plastering. Rice, on the other hand, is the main food resource for more than half of the world's population. Rice cultivation produces a large amount of natural waste. Inspired by the potter wasp, the company envisions the 3D printing technology as a way to give new form to local raw material. This approach allows achieving on-site constructions with low environmental impact. The combination of earth and rice gave birth to Gaia. Thanks to 3D printing, the process allows to minimize the amount of concrete in foundations, still complying with construction standards. By using parametric software, complex woven paths can be designed inside the walls with the aim of embedding energy supply, thermal insulation and natural ventilation. Doors and windows have been realized by locally controlling the deposition and inserting timber lintels between layers. The 3D printing process took 100 hours for an overall amount of 9 cubic meters and 22 kilometers of extrusion. The rice house, Wasp has employed rice also for thermal screeds and bioplasters. Certified to be at the highest energy class, the project offers an innovative solution and represents a significant achievement in the field of green building. The combination of additive technologies and natural materials makes Gaia a new eco-sustainable architectural model.
How did they, when they were doing this stuff, when they were doing this printing, where did it all come from? Did it come from underneath? So we've got to, okay, we've got to do that. Yeah. Okay. So we want the, this is called slip. Slip or slurry. Slip source comes from the top. How are we going to so we've got an electric wheel. Yeah? Okay? Which is going on. How are we going to do this in such a way? How are we going to take the slip and do it in such a way that we can get this down to here? This can turn around. Yeah? How are we going to do it?
With a cone? Yeah, a plastic.
Glass.
Maybe cut a bottle of something. No,
Right, this is now what I want you to do. This is what you're going to be doing on your own. There are various ways of doing this. Yeah? You tell me what you need. If I'll get you a couple of, like a Coke bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other ways. We could find a way of actually doing this.
Throughout the workshop, the scholars are encouraged to work as a team, think critically, and come up with a plan to complete the task.
Jalebi. We said it together. It's going to look beautiful when it's done. But the material is a good consistency. Creatures that are going to eat up all our work. Yeah? As I said, they are the third arm. They are the third eye. They are the expansion. We have great brains. Robots will never have our brains. But for some unknown reason, research shows that most of us use 10% of our brains. Life gets in the way. It does. I've got to rush here. I've got to do that. I've had an argument with this one. This one's wrong. They said, I'm not feeling well. Yeah? So that's not going to happen with robots, with artificial intelligence, with augmented intelligence. They don't get colds. Or maybe. Go on with that. Okay, so
In our final discussion, we wrap up with ideas about why are we so afraid of AI and how AI will change our world without being able to displace humans entirely. A quick video on what robots can't do is something to leave the scholars with to think about. After the workshop, the scholars create PowerPoint presentations with their main takeaways of the day.